Everybody to a Young Review in Sports. My name is James Irvin, and we're doing things a little bit different here. Well, I'm not going to be showing my face in this video, which y'all probably thank me for, but we're going to be talking about the Bleacher Report, Big Board 1.0, going by position. Obviously, offensive tackle is up first, so what we're going to do is going to go position by position. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to give you my Big Board 1.0 as well with this. So with offensive tackle, of course, they have Penei Sewell, Tevin Jenkins, Rashawn Slater, Christian Darrisaw, and Liam Eckenberg. Mine is Rashawn Slater. He's a better player day one than Penei Sewell. Penei Sewell number 2, Christian Darrisaw, Tevin Jenkins, and Liam Eckenberg. I like Tevin Jenkins a lot. Having him at 2 over Slater and Darrisaw is not right. Christian Darrisaw and Rashawn Slater are better players than him right now. Liam Eckenberg at 5 is fine. I have him there too. I just really love how there's no mention of Jalen Mayfield. So they didn't post the offensive guard, and of course I got all these photos from BR Gridiron Instagram, so that's where all these photos are from. They did not post offensive guard, so we're going to leave tackles on the board. Here they are. So for them, they have Landon Dickerson, Elijah Vera Tucker, Creed Humphrey, Wyatt Davis, and Deontay Brown as their top 5. The fact that Elijah Vera Tucker is number 1, here's my top 5. Elijah Vera Tucker, Landon Dickerson, Creed Humphrey, Wyatt Davis, and Trey Smith. Trey Smith, not in the top 5, is respectful. Wyatt Davis, 4, fine. Creed Humphrey at 3, it's fine. Elijah Vera Tucker absolutely needs to be number 1. He's probably one of the better offensive linemen in the class. We're ranking all offensive linemen. He would definitely be in my top 5 because he's just so versatile. Great moving tackle. He's a great guard, great run blocker, can do great things in the pass game. I think Elijah Vera Tucker should be number 1. But those are the offensive linemen. Moving on now to the tight ends. So, in the tight ends, they have Kyle Pitts, Pat Freiermuth, and Brevin Jordan. I agree with that perfectly. Brevin Jordan, you can move him around and stuff. He's a big weapon. Pat Freiermuth, great blocker. Tight end, Kyle Pitts, of course, a great weapon tight end. You know, he's a very highly rated in my big board. So I think they got tight end right. Next up is the wide receivers. For them, wide receiver number 1 is Devontae Smith. Not mad about it. Rashad Bateman at 2. Oh, okay. Jamar Chase at 3. Jalen Waddle 4. And then Terrence Marshall 5. The thing they got right about this was Terrence Marshall being 5. I don't get the disrespect to Jamar Chase. My order is Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Rashad Bateman, Terrence Marshall. Why is Jamar Chase behind Rashad Bateman? Why is Jalen Waddle behind Rashad Bateman? I'm not mad Devontae Smith won. He was my number 1 for a while. The fact that now it's Rashad Bateman over both of them, or not both of them. Why is Rashad Bateman over Jamar Chase? Jamar Chase easily the best receiver in this class. So is Devontae Smith, so I'm not mad at it. Why? Rashad Bateman's good. He's a good wide receiver. He's just not number 2. He is not above Jalen Waddle, and there is no way he's above Jamar Chase. So, again, Rashad Bateman is good. Terrence Marshall at 5, I'm fine with, but Jamar Chase is not the number 3 receiver in this class. Next up is the running back. Running back number 1, we agree on, Najee Harris. Travis Etienne, my number 2, they have Javonte Williams, which I'm not mad about because he forces a lot of missed tackles with his size. But for me personally, Travis Etienne is at number 2. Then my number 3 would be Javonte Williams, but it's really close. Their number 3 is Michael Carter, and they have Travis Etienne at 4. What? Over Michael Carter? Now, with this, when I'm criticizing players, I'm not saying they're going to be bad. Like, look at James Robinson. He was undrafted, and he had a 1,000-yard season. Great season by James Robinson for an undrafted. Michael Carter is not ahead of Travis Etienne, okay? Travis Etienne has explosive speed, makes people miss. I'm fine with him being number 3 because Javonte Williams is really good. I like him a lot. But I just like, over Michael Carter, Michael Carter was splitting carries with Javonte Williams. People always talk about Trevor Lawrence. Travis Etienne was a very key part of that offense, okay? Travis Etienne did great. Makes a lot of people miss, is good out of the backfield, not as good as Najee Harris, because Najee Harris can fight for yards, takes you like 5 yards to carry. Travis Etienne has the explosive speed that I think is unmatched, and you cannot put ahead over Michael Carter. Now, again, I'm perfectly fine with him being behind Javonte Williams. I think Javonte Williams is really good. I think he's really good. I think it makes a lot of people miss, forces broken tackles, which is very valuable, but he's just not behind Michael Carter. So there's my rankings. Their rankings are on the screen, as you can see. Up next, which is probably what people are most looking forward to, is the quarterbacks. Oh, in the quarterback area, their number 1, Trevor Lawrence, we agree on. Number 2 for them is Justin Fields, then Trey Lance, then Zach Wilson, then Mac Jones. Okay, I agree with Jones and Lawrence. In the middle, that's where things get a little messed up. Zach Wilson is quarterback number 2. Justin Fields has problems scanning across the field. He doesn't look off his first read. I mean, it's coachable. I think he's got some of the best mobile ability, but he's not my quarterback number 2. Then we have Trey Lance, okay? Why is Trey Lance ahead of Zach Wilson? There's not enough tape on him, okay? He threw 1 interception in a turnout game. This is the only interception in his career at North Dakota State. He's a big, strong runner, big run. Okay, I get it, okay? He's a great player. Zach Wilson is better. Zach Wilson has a better arm. He makes the better throws in the tight windows. Sure, he throws a little more interceptions. Sure, Trey Lance has the way better decision-making. Zach Wilson is better than Trey Lance. He's better than Justin Fields. All right, Mac Jones at quarterback number 5. We'll talk about that for a little bit. I think a lot of teams are valuing his leadership skills, mostly because he's a great leader. That's what Nick Saban said. And then all these receivers, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, Henry Ruggs, are all coming out saying, Mac Jones better than Tua. What's with the hate on Tua Tagovailoa? I don't get it. But they all like Mac Jones better. Personally, I like Tua better. Mac Jones was underperforming until Devontae Smith had a Heisman-like season. I know he's got to throw the ball. He's the one getting open, okay? And, of course, Trevor Lawrence at 1, best quarterback in the class. He would have been the best quarterback in 2018, best quarterback in 2019, best quarterback in 2020, and the best quarterback in 2021. Automatically a great quarterback as a freshman. A lot of people forget this. He came in there, destroyed a Nick Saban defense, okay, as a freshman. There's not a lot of quarterbacks I've seen do that. He's the best college quarterback, probably. The best college prospect quarterback, probably since Andrew Luck. Zach Wilson makes the tight throws and the better windows. He can also move around, too. Justin Fields at 3 is fine. But, again, you can also switch around him and Trey Lance, and I wouldn't be mad at it. And Mac Jones at 5 is just fine. But I just don't agree with Justin Fields being quarterback, too. Up next is the defense. So, kicking off defense, we're going to be talking about linebackers. They have Owusu Koromora, Micah Parsons, Chaz Surratt, over Zaven Collins, and then no mention of Nick Bolton. They go right for Dylan Mose out of Alabama, who is a good player. Mine, Micah Parsons, Zaven Collins. Look, he's my draft crush, okay? There's going to be a little bit of bias there. Owusu Koromora is probably better than him, but I just like Zaven Collins a lot better. Then I'm going to go Nick Bolton. Then I'm going to go Chaz Surratt. Okay, Nick Bolton not being in the top 5 for you guys is insane. He's a hard-hitting, physical linebacker who makes the tackles. That's what you want. Parsons can be an edge rusher, single high safety, very versatile. He's my number 1. Owusu Koromora being their number 1, I'm not mad at. Chaz Surratt being over Zaven Collins is interesting to say the best. Chaz Surratt is a really good player. I'm not saying that. I think Zaven Collins has so much more potential to be that leader. He's like a Bobby Wagner type player to me. He's pass coverage, make tackles, good run defender. I really like Zaven Collins a lot. That's why he is my draft crush. Micah Parsons, very versatile. I like that. Owusu Koromora at 3, fine. For me, they have him at number 1, which again, I'm not mad at. He's a really good player. The fact that Nick Bolton isn't in there though, and you have him over Dylan Moses over him, that's ridiculous. Nick Bolton is a top 5 linebacker in this class. Up next is edge. So for them, they have Kwity Paye, Rashad Weaver, Ronnie Perkins, Joseph Osai, and Jason Owea. For me, why is Jalen Phillips not even in the top 5? That's disrespectful. Jalen Phillips, my edge 1, then Kwity Paye, then Joseph Osai, then Ronnie Perkins, then Gregory Rousseau, based off his potential. Gregory Rousseau, with his size and his speed, can absolutely be an elite edge rusher in this league. The fact that he's not in the top 5, I don't get. Especially with Rashad Weaver in there. I think Jalen Phillips and Gregory Rousseau are both better than him. But Jalen Phillips is my edge 1. Why is he not even in the top 5? Oh, you have Rashad Weaver and Ronnie Perkins, over him, okay? Ronnie Perkins is a beast. I was thinking about doing a scout tape. Let me know if in the comments you want to see that. But Ronnie Perkins is a beast. He's rising up draft boards. I'm just very upset that Jalen Phillips is not even in your top 5. That's insane. But they didn't post their interior D-line, but they did do one for the interior D-line. So here's theirs. We're going to do it all with one thing. Davion Nixon 1, Jay Tulufulu 2, 3 is Jalen Tymon, 4 Christian Barrymore, and 5 Levi Overwinski. Christian Barrymore is not number 1. I don't know why you have him at 4. I'd be okay if you had him at 2, and then Davion Nixon at 1, but Davion Nixon 2, Jay Tulufu. Me 4 is Carlos Basham Jr., who they have at 6, and then Kevin Oversawinski, or Levi Oversawinski, is number 5. I don't know why I said Kevin. I'm an idiot. But Christian Barmore is 100% the number 1 interior D lineman. He's the best player right there at the position. He made a lot of big plays. Davion Nixon being there 2 is fine. I'm not mad that they have him at 1. I'm just really more mad. They have Christian Barmore at 4 with Jalen Tymon over him. Jalen Tymon is not even in my top 5. Also, I really like Levi Ozarinsky. Jay Saluflu at 3 is fine. And Carlos Basham Jr. at leaving him out of your top 5. I'm fine with him one position out of it, but he's got to be in it, especially because they're all better than Jalen Tymon. But with that being said, now we're going to be moving on to the secondary and corners. There is not much to even talk about here. I agree with everything. Surtain 1, Farley 2, J.C. Horn 3, Newsome 4, and Asante Samuel Jr. at 5. Absolutely nothing, no fault here. I agree with all of it. Especially love Asante Samuel Jr. getting some love there. I really like him as a corner. Greg Newsome has been driving up people draft boards like that too. J.C. Horn, we know about him. And then Caleb Farley, Patrick Surtain at 1. You got this one right. Bleacher Report. Good job. Up next is safety. So, up next is safety. They have Trayvon Moehrig, Javon Holland 2, and Paris Ford 3. Not even a single mention for them for Richie Grant. That's not cool. Bleacher Report. Mine is Javon Holland. Can play as any scheme. My number 1 safety. Richie Grant 2. Ball hog. Makes a big plays. Trayvon Moehrig also makes the big plays and tackles. And then Paris Ford at 4. I haven't done much scouting on. But Richie Grant not even being mentioned is not right by Bleacher Report. He is better than Moehrig, and he's also better than Paris Ford from what I've scouted. So yeah. But that is going to be the end of the video. That's all player rankings. I think the most disrespectful thing they did was not having Jaleb Phillips even in the top 5 of edge while he is my edge 1. The disrespect Travis Etienne also wasn't good. They had Justin Fields at 2. They got tight end right. They also got corner right. So we agree on a few things. Other than that, I don't think this is bad. I think some things that are terrible, but overall, it's not a bad big board. Let me know what you guys think about the big board in the comments down below. Who is your number 1 quarterback in the class? Answer that question down in the comments below. And of course, thank you for listening.